Hello YouTube, galacticmarine501's here, and lives awarded, weapon drop, ping, zh, whir. Yes, today we will be reviewing the Mega Bloks Phantom. Now this thing is really actually quite hefty. It's got a nice weight to it, and I really like that about when Mega Bloks sets have a really good weight to them. The back is also very posable. It's got one thing up here that moves. These two spines move. These things move. These skids move. The wings also move a bit, but I'm not going to try to move those. And you have the opening sides, like it does in the game. Which usually come in 3 sections, so you can only open the center. Which I do believe it does that at one point. Yeah, because I remember there being some that only open the center. And it also combines the fact, I think it did this in Halos 1 and 2 when they dropped enemies off this way, with the tube of blue light that just dropped things. No! I know it did it in ODST, because that's how they picked up the ODSTs. They got into the blue light, and yeah, I remember that. I don't know. I'm glad that they sort of gave you both, sort of accurate to both games, but then at the same time, I guess, accurate to neither. But I don't care about that. The cockpit does not have any opening feature. You have to unpeg it, and it's really boring in there. There's a for the seat, you have the same seat that you had with the Brute Prowler. Yes, the Prowler. And so that's not really original, I guess. There are no specialized custom seats for just the Phantom. I know, I was disappointed too. But anyway, yeah, let's get into the figures. Now, I actually got an extra Grunt Ultra. These are Grunt Ultras, not normal Grunts, even though they still painted the black for the faces. Would have been really cool if they actually just painted them up a little differently to make them Grunt Ultras. I could do that, because I already did paint one of these guys because of a mispaint. But yeah, I got 3 of these guys. You're supposed to get 2. They packaged mine with an extra for some crazy reason. And just so you don't think I'm lying, here they are all together. God dang it. Here they are, all 3 of them together. Close up. No, it didn't come with any extra weapons. I just gave this guy the plasma pistol. Because I don't think a pilot really needs a gun. Well, at least he doesn't need to be holding one when he's piloting the ship. Even though, consequently, the pilot in here is actually holding a gun. I used a copper elite pilot that was originally coming with the Vampire. Because I like the Vampire, so I decided to put the special pilot in there. And this thing is incredibly hard to get off, and I have a copper pilot in my Banshee, so... what the heck. However, that said, this is a specialized pilot. It appears that this guy was given a specialized chest because it has a hole in the back. Now that was special because this guy needed to lock into the seat in there, and this guy doesn't do it as well. However, there's a console that comes down and sits in his lap, which will hold him in place. He's not going anywhere in there because of the way I put it in, so that's not terrible. But this is the guy I had to paint. If you see, he's got these bright green eyes. Yeah, I painted those green eyes. His eyes were originally the seafoam green that his chest is. However, on mine, only one was painted. Only one of his eyes was painted, which kind of sucked. So I said, you know what? I have a metallic green Gundam marker, and at the time it was Christmas Day. I had built the sorry, I had built my Double Ariser 7 Sword G SD kit, so I had my um, metallic green Gundam marker handy. So I'm like, okay, why not? It's not like it couldn't. It's not like it could look any worse. I mean, it only has one eye. I actually contemplated sending it into Mega Brands to see if they'd give me another one, but I didn't because I could fix it. Now, lastly, and probably the bestly, I'm glad this guy wasn't the one out of the three that got screwed up. And I have to say, honestly, if only getting one eye painted was the reason that they put an extra grunt in my package, like maybe the guy, the control officer, the quality control guy said, hey, look, this guy's eye is missing. We've already put him in the poly bag. Let's give the other guy let's give him an extra grunt to compensate for it. I doubt that's what happened. But it seems kind of ironic that I both got an extra grunt and had a missing eye in the same set. Either that or we really have to worry about the elephant. I really hope when I get the elephant that I get the black recon trooper, if this does mean that the quality is slipping that much. But anyway, on to the most unique figure. I showed this guy already to you guys, but I'm going to try to get a little more of the detail in. The Arbiter. Now, it's not showing up perfectly, however you still can kind of see it. There's a lot of gold marking in there. There's a lot of like gold symbols and stuff actually etched into his armor. I want to say this is Tel Vadam, the Arbiter. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly, but it's actually close. Thelvadam, I believe is how you spell it. And he's the Arbiter that was the Arbiter in Halo 3 that fought alongside Master Chief. But every Arbiter has had different armor, so I think this is his armor. So, yeah, very cool. For figures, it's very nice. Now, sort of to look at unique parts for this. I've not seen this tube here before. We may have had it, but I haven't seen it. It's not the one from the AA gun. It doesn't have a hole in it. It's a solid tube. And these fin pieces on it are, I think, new. These ones. The cockpit is definitely new. And I do believe these parts on the fans are new. They do seem to be made to fit perfectly to this area, so that's what sort of gives me the suspicion. Now, this does have an opening feature. You can pull up on this part, and it's only attached by 4 small areas, so you can lift off this top piece. Now, you can then look inside, upon which you can see the inside, and actually you can open the doors. Now, the plasma cannons are folded down. However, it does come with the parts to extend one of them. I don't have those parts right next to me, so I'm not going to do it. And also, this allows you to lower the wings, which makes it less game accurate. But yeah, it looks weird that way, actually. I like this, though. I think it's a terrific Covenant ship. I, for one, like the guns not deployed, so I'm just going to keep that in there. But yeah, so if you look in from the top, see there's actually detailing on the floor. I may end up taking that out depending on how well it works. But what you can do is, if you get the guys into just the right position, you can actually beam them down to Earth. There's actually a hole in there. I know you probably didn't see that. Let's do it once. Where did that shoot out? Did it shoot out where it was supposed? I thought it was going to. Yeah, I'm taking these weapons out of their hands. Grunts have never had the best holding hands, for the simple reason that they weren't made to hold anything. The original Grunts never came with any weapons. That's because the Covenant had one weapon. The beam rifle. The big triangular whatever rifle it was called. They really are falling out of there, honest. I think you could see little blurs falling through there. I don't know, though. But yeah. This is a terrific set. If you're a fan of Halo Mega Bloks, this is... And, I mean, if you have the Pelican, this is a terrific set to pick up. If you don't have the Pelican... Whoa. Up. I just dropped it. Only 2 small accents fell off. That is respectable. Because I dropped this thing pretty darn hard, and it hit what probably could be very easily without much repercussion, a very fragile element. And only 2 little parts falling off. That's actually really good. Now, one thing that I probably should address is that this thing is incredibly hard to hold. I'm holding it by the tube, and it's mostly balanced on my finger. I find it's best to hold it from the underside like this. Do not hold it from the trapdoor. That's just saying to have this come away. Do not hold it from back here. This will come away. Holding it from back here is problematic because there are so many things to get in your way. Holding it from the wings, again, I don't think this will work in the long term. Yeah, it is very hefty, though. It feels like I could drop this thing from a decent height and not have it break into a million pieces. It would probably suffer some damages, but it would. I'd say it would be an easy fix. And just to prove why this thing is awesome, this kit is sold for me. Yeah, if these were the only 2 figures it came with, I mean, if it just came with the Arbiter and a standard copper pilot, yeah. So anyway, this has been galacticmarine501's/JacksonWolfX. I will see you guys at the next review, which will be of the Scorpion, and the Vampire. I'll go back over that, even though I've already shown it. Yeah.